Let's talk about Iran and nuclear weapons. Again, it's deja vu, another round of high-stakes diplomacy. The US has sent a new proposal to revive the nuclear deal. Meanwhile, Iran's uranium enrichment keeps climbing. Think of it as a warning light getting brighter. This isn't just another headline, it's about stopping nuclear weapons from spreading. The stakes? Global security. Every new proposal matters. But will it work? Or is it just another diplomatic gamble? The real problem, trust. Or the lack of it. Iran claims its nuclear program is peaceful, for energy. The West isn't convinced. They see rising enrichment and get nervous. When powerful countries get nervous, things can spiral. This new US proposal is a big deal, an attempt to put the nuclear genie back in the bottle. The world is watching because what happens in Iran affects everyone. Rising enrichment means Iran is edging closer to having bomb material if they choose to go that route. That "if" keeps world leaders up at night. The risk isn't just theoretical, it's real, and it's urgent. Tehran to Topeka, everyone's watching. The question, can diplomacy work this time, or are we stuck in an endless loop? The answer matters for all of us, because nuclear weapons don't respect borders. This is about more than politics, it's about safety, and the clock is ticking. So let's break down what's at stake, and why this dance keeps repeating. In 2015, Iran and world powers struck the JCPOA. Iran agreed to limit its nuclear program. Sanctions were lifted. Then in 2018, the US pulled out, sanctions snapped back, and Iran started breaking the deal's limits. Iran's program ramped up. The deal's collapse made everything riskier. The original goal, stop Iran from getting a bomb, was undermined. It's a classic case of unintended consequences. The US exit didn't fix the problem, it made it worse. Tearing up agreements can backfire. Now, everyone's scrambling to pick up the pieces. The stakes are higher, the risks greater. This new round of talks matters so much. It's about global security. The next moves will shape the future. Fast forward to today, June 2025. The US is back with a new proposal for Iran. Details are secret, but it's likely a reboot of the 2015 deal. Sanctions relief for nuclear rollbacks. Sounds simple, but it's not. Iran's been busy, enriching uranium up to 60%. That's not weapons grade, but it's dangerously close. For context, 3.67% is for power, 90% is for bombs, 60% is a big warning sign. The technical hurdles are huge: verification, timelines, sequencing. But the real challenge is trust. Iran wants guarantees the US won't walk away again. Can any administration promise that? Not really. Iran's motives are mixed. Do they want a deal or just leverage? Probably both. Negotiating this is like four-dimensional chess on a roller coaster. Both sides are wary, and the stakes couldn't be higher. The US wants to stop Iran's progress. Iran wants relief and respect. Each side doubts the other's intentions. The outcome? Uncertain. But the urgency is real. Every day without a deal, the risk grows. This is high-stakes diplomacy. No room for error. The world is watching, and time is running out. Can they find common ground before it's too late? Uranium enrichment sounds scary, but let's simplify. Imagine uranium as trail mix. Most of it is boring peanuts, U-238. But the rare raisins, U-235, are the key. Enrichment means increasing the raisin count. For power plants, you need a few raisins, about 3 to 5%. For bombs, you need a bag full, 90% or more. Iran's at 60%. That's a lot of raisins and way too close for comfort. They use centrifuges, thousands of spinning tubes that separate the good stuff. Why does it matter? Because no highly enriched uranium, no bomb. That's why the old deal capped enrichment and centrifuges. The goal, keep the raisin count low and prevent secret stashes. More enrichment means more risk. The world wants to keep Iran's program peaceful. That's why every percentage point matters. This isn't just a US-Iran drama. The world is involved and worried. The Europeans, UK, France, Germany, helped broker the original deal. They want it back, badly. Think of them as frustrated parents trying to keep the peace. Russia and China are also key players. Russia supports reviving the deal, partly to counter US influence. China wants stability for business and opposes US sanctions. Everyone agrees on the goal, but not the method. If talks fail, the risks are huge. Iran could push to 90% enrichment, crossing the bomb threshold. That would set off alarms worldwide. Military confrontation becomes a real possibility. The Middle East could face a nuclear arms race. Israel has vowed to stop a nuclear Iran by any means. If Iran gets close, neighbors like Saudi Arabia and Turkey might seek their own nuclear programs. That's called proliferation. And it's a nightmare scenario. More nuclear states mean more danger for everyone. The stakes? Astronomical. Diplomats know the risks. The world can't afford another failure. The pressure is on to get this right, because the alternative is chaos. And nobody wants that. The fate of the region and the world is on the line. Every decision matters. The world is watching and hoping for sanity. No pressure, right? We're at a crossroads: diplomacy or confrontation. Path 1. Diplomacy, handshakes, compromise, and tough inspections. Iran rolls back its program, the US lifts sanctions, and trust is rebuilt. It's hard, but it's the safest route. Success would lower tensions and show that even the toughest problems can be solved. But it's a narrow, risky path. Domestic politics in both countries make it harder. Hardliners oppose compromise. It takes real political courage to make peace. Path 2. Conflict, more sanctions, sabotage, or even military strikes. These options are already in play but could escalate fast. A military strike would be devastating regionally and globally. It could spark a wider war, disrupt oil, and create a humanitarian crisis. And it might not even work, just drive Iran's program deeper underground. That's why diplomacy, however tough, is so important. The alternative is terrifying. The world is hoping for handshakes, not helmets. The stakes are too high for failure. Every choice now matters. The next steps will shape the future. The world is watching and waiting. Will leaders choose peace or risk disaster? The answer will echo for years. This is a defining moment. The outcome isn't certain. But the need for a solution is urgent. The clock is ticking, and the world is holding its breath. June 2025, another chapter in the Iran nuclear saga. The US has made a move Iran is considering, and the world is watching. Will this time be different, or are we stuck in a loop? The details will emerge, then the real negotiations begin. There will be hope, setbacks, and plenty of drama. This isn't just about logic, it's about fear, pride, and history. The choice: a flawed deal or a dangerous alternative. No deal is perfect, but preventing a nuclear Iran is worth it. It's about choosing the least bad option. What can you do? Stay informed, pay attention, and understand the stakes. This isn't just foreign news, it affects us all. If enough people care, maybe leaders will make better choices. The big question: deal or no deal? The answer matters for everyone. The world is watching and waiting. The stakes are real, the risks are high, and the outcome is still unwritten. So what do you think? Seriously, deal or no deal? The future depends on it. Let's hope we get it right.